What are y'all telling them? I have no experience with outside scan tool except for the one I use on a daily.
I refer them to the chat.
That's why all the chatter is going on in the chat. What about you, Gary? You just play with the dealer stand too, or you got experience with that other stuff?
Yeah, just the dealership one for right now. It's so many other brands outside though. It's like,
Joe.
Yeah, so I'm actually using every scan tool I can get my hands on. I got, of course, the dealership scan tool, the Subaru SM4, SM3, but I do like to see what our competitors are doing to keep up with dealerships. So right now on my channel, I just started a playlist where I'm playing with the ThinkCar Diag 2. It's $130, and you are getting some dealer quality programming on there. I just did a transmission relearn, which was locked down by Subaru SM4. And I was like, $130? I just reprogrammed my valve body? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm also using Snap-on Zeus, and I'm trying to get a hold of an Altel right now.
You say you was messing with the ThinkCar 2 or ThinkDiag 2?
Yes. Yes. I just started getting my hands on the ThinkCar tools. They're really great bang for your buck. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of the good support structure that the Snap-on brings to the table. So if you don't know what fuel trims are and you don't know how to catalog, well, you better figure that out before you take a shortcut.
How you handling flash updates? Like you got a car that's you got to go specifically to the dealer stand too. You about to flash update something? Curious.
Right. So if you want to do an update like reprogram an ECM, a TCM, or any kind of other module. So I might have to switch mics. For some reason, the StreamYard keeps muting me. I don't know why. So dealers going to handle everything. ThinkCar Altel, you're going to have to go up to the $1,200 range to actually start programming.
Ouch.
Because you need that JBox pass-through technology. And of course, Zeus is just going to do everything, but you should expect it to do everything for $12,000.
$12,000?
Yeah, that Zeus is insane.
Yes. Fortunately, don't. I try to tell people don't knock the Zeus on the $12,000 territory because that is a tool that is designed for 20 techs to use it at once. It's a shop tool. A good shop would have one Zeus and then would have one Triton for each team.
Interesting.
So a Triton runs at about $2,000.
Oh, y'all, the scan tool y'all use, is y'all personal scan tool, or is it a dongle? Like we use like a dongle, type.
Yes. So right now the dealership scan tool for Subaru is all hardlined, but all the aftermarket ones have switched over to a Wi-Fi connection or a Bluetooth connection.
Well, you're able to go on test drives, still connected.
Yep, I'm using the Diag, the ThinkCar Diag 2 right now. It Bluetooths to my phone, and I'm able to look at all my data parameters while I go on test drives, which has been a very nice relief because we have a limited amount of dealer laptops. So when I need to hug one up for a very long test drive, it's nice to just kind of go rock it with my cell phone and not have people blowing me up asking where the laptop is at.
I wonder about that going on test drives as a tech and getting pulled over because the cop thinks you have a cell phone.
You're sitting there holding it, looking at some readings, and then you get pulled over. But that's the only way you can do that if you tie it in through Wi-Fi, I guess, through a server. Unless you hardwired, which we used to be, but we're not anymore. So, I don't know. But now that's an interesting question. I have no best dealership brand to start out with. That's like a personal thing.
Start out as a technician or start out with a vehicle?
He said best
Like,
dealership
I'll say
brand.
Kia because that's the cheapest car you can buy, and then you can work your way up to Subarus and Chryslers.
I was about to say, sound like he asking for like as a tech, I guess. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And he want to branch into the dealership world, maybe.
You just gotta pick what's best for you. I mean, whoever's hiring shit, and go from there.
Whatever
Because-
catches your
Good
interest.
advice.
To be honest.
Pick the brand that you are excited about. Pick the one that you want to put your loyalty towards, because when you work in a dealer world, they're going to ask for loyalty. They're not going to ask for it up front. They're just going to expect it.
Yeah.
And if you are positive about the brand and you're driving that car and you are getting into all the weird Easter eggs about that car, they're going to appreciate that tenfold. And that's what's going to get you on the fast track to go to that dealership's training program. But if you just want to be another Joe Schmo cutting brakes, and you'll get pushed in a corner with the rest of the shop.
Oh wow.
That's the honest truth from the dealer world. I've worked at 3 different brands, and you just have to be excited about your own brand. So do what you love, because when you work for a dealership and you work as, I'm just going to say, if you work as a technician, you work as an automotive, you work as a mechanic, this is a job where you have to wake up every day and look yourself in the mirror and say, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. That's interesting. Here's one guy right here, my buddy Alex. He work on everything. He got an independent shop. That's the question I get asked a lot. JT, when you gonna start your own shop? I ain't interested. It's just way too much competition out there. What consumers, in my opinion, looking for is who can offer the best warranty, who can offer the cheapest price, and who can offer, I guess, somebody that they can bully. I don't know. I don't fall in neither of those categories. So when I'm approached with that question, I'm simply not interested in running my own shop. But Alex, the car doctor, seems to not have a problem with it. What's y'all thoughts on that? Running your own shop? You see that in the future? Gary, Fluff?
I want mine in the future for sure.
Really? Well, you a young dude, so you got plenty of freaking time.
Yeah.
I did. Not no more.
Are you ain't interested?
What
I've seen friends go on their own and they age 2 times quicker with all the stress. Like, yeah, I don't think it's for me. YouTube and working at the dealership. That's about as much stress as I can handle, bro.
Look, that's crazy, Fluff, because like on my side, it's the opposite. Like I've seen guys I used to work with jump out there on their own and like they're taking off and it's going well. So
well, I see a lot of the back end of it too. Like it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
All the insurance.
No, I'm gonna agree. Yeah, if you're gonna open your own shop, guys, and you're already working in a shop, I say look to your left and look to your right, because those are the guys that you have to hire. So if you're already uncomfortable working with people next to you, don't open a shop and don't hire people.
Wait. Does that make sense? Hold on.
I'm gonna have robots.
You said don't work in an area where you got to hire people. Can you please repeat?
No. So sorry if that came off as a mumble. Maybe I got to bring the mic a little bit closer here. So what I'm illustrating is if you're having difficulty just working in a shop with the people that have already been hired around you, maybe opening up a shop and hiring people is not going to fix it. Like you have to have a personality to own a shop. Okay, because those are going to be your kids, and they're going to bring their own problems to work every day, just like your neighbors that are working around you are bringing their problems. Like they're going to have family problems, they're going to have personal problems, they're going to have tool problems, debt problems. Yeah. If that stresses you out, just listening to people talk about it, maybe stay mobile. Don't open up shop. If you got problems talking to customers, you got problem with advisors. That's just foreshadowing. It's a different world when you have to be the manager and you have to be the mean guy. And you can't be people's friends when you own a shop.
Oh yeah. Well, we see guys on YouTube, even YouTube content creator, where unfortunately some of them will get fired at their current facility and then they'll jump out there and run their Raymond Ray is an example. He seems to be doing just fine. So
Rayman's great. He had the ambition to
Yeah.
go independent. He had all the equipment to go independent. He
Yeah.
got the government loan to go do it, and he's got the drive. But he's staying solo.
Man,
Like I see he has a sidekick now. I don't know what his position is. I don't know if he's flag or if he's hourly. But I mean, that's if that person has a bad day, they could bring down the whole shop on you.
Yeah. So it's just not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people who have that drive. I say go for it. And just when you ask me, you're gonna get one of those. I ain't interested.
Try running a garage sale first. If you can deal with a garage sale and deal with people trying to cheap you out of 5 cents, maybe you can open up a garage.
Yeah, Dad's Garage got an interesting point. I became strong on all makes. Dealer techs are crippled in that aspect. Well, not so much crippled, DG. Comfortable may be a better word because I'm now comfortable with what I specialize in. And the unique thing about it is what I'm specialized in keeps me busy. So, yeah, you only really care about if you know a bunch of other stuff if you're not always busy. Because keep in mind, we only got one brain and it can only hold so much. So trying to memorize a bunch of stuff would drive you cuckoo. So, yeah, that's my take.
When you work on multiple brands, you just got to boil it all down to basics. Engines run on spark, fuel, and air. Wiring harnesses are full of angry pixies, and bad engines are full of dead pixies.
I think as far as
middle, then you're good to go.
I think as far as I take it is just working out of my own small building and doing my own thing, like side work kind of, but out of an actual building. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, but you're still able to accept what you want to do because I get clients off of YouTube, just so they already know what I'm familiar with, and I want you to work on my car. It can be some of the simplest things. I'm like, ma'am, anybody can put a battery in your car. I don't have to do that. Yeah. No, I want you to do my battery.
Now,
I know that, man. I got that right now. I'm trying to do heavy line diagnostics, and I got this kid showing up out of nowhere with this STI, and he's like, I only want Baja Joe to do my oil change. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Give me your keys. Go take a taxi home. I'll call you tomorrow because I don't do oil changes. And I was like, I have an apprentice who's really good at oil changes, and I trust him. But that's not how I play. I was like, I'm in the big leagues now.
I love the kid now. My setup, I would be happy with just having a little shop on some land, like not too far from my house, and I just pull in customers here and there. Or I can have a full blown shop. I'm fine with either one, but.
Well, I'm saying, will it only have to be Mopar products coming in, or you open the doors to whatever?
Me personally, yes. Anything I work on is gonna be Mopar stuff. Just because.
See, you're gonna limit yourself.
No, but the thing is, at work, there is no limit because I can have whatever headache, whatever. It don't matter. But outside of work, no, I'm not about to stress myself out over no car repairs outside of work. Fuck that.
I don't know if y'all know my partner with Brothers Motors, Rod. I do videos over there and I work over there. He had to open the doors to a little bit of everything because, like I said, we're familiar with Chrysler, but it can get slow in that department when you're running an independent shop. Yeah, so he's now, but he be careful what he open the doors to. Yeah, we'll do anything, but from a swap out standpoint, because people be coming over want diagnosis on their transmission and engine. Look, it's simple. If it's slipping, you need a unit. Like nobody's rebuilding transmissions anymore. At least that's what I've been told. I don't know if any shops.
No, I totally agree with you. I have customers coming in and they want transmission rebuilds, and I say, you know what? Man. That starts at $4,000. That starts at $4,000, and they'd be like, well, you don't even know what's wrong with it. I know, but the labor and the tear down and the parts. I says, whatever you take apart gets replaced. It's $4,000 minimum. That's the starting labor doing transmissions now. They're that complicated. GMC just came out with new 10-speed, and they said
10-speed?
Yeah, they got a 10-speed, just like the F-150, automatic 10-speed. and they told the dealerships technicians are not allowed to open it up. If there's a problem, condemn it.
Oh damn!
That's kind of funny because so we were told the same thing with CVTs. Don't open them up. Don't do this. Don't do that. And now we're doing field repairs.
I've seen you overhaul a couple of those.
Yeah, in that same aspect, it's funny when we get a vehicle in from a different shop, a transmission shop that says they rebuilt it. And this thing's bucking and jerking and doing all sorts of stuff. It barely wants to drive. Like,
The reason why when they come out with something new and then they tell dealers or they tell technicians at a dealer level you can't pair it or you can't do anything to it, it comes down to a confidence test. They're still trying to work out a training program and how they're going to train people in the field to actually start replacing these and start doing assembly, diagnostics, and replacements. So at the time when they come out with something new and major like that, it's just cheaper to say palletize it, send it in, and we'll give you another one under warranty. Because at the end of the day, with all these late model vehicles, they don't want you to fix them. They want you to drive them for 60,000 miles and trade out of them. That's the new model: is trade out of your
mentality
car.
That's going on. Now, is that supposed to be a secret, or is that like a known? They call them throwaway cars now.
Yes. We're following the Japanese model. In Japan and in Sweden, you don't see old cars because they're making up a lot of government regulations to find reasons to make it very, very hard to. So it's like in Sweden, if you any kind of an oil leak, you have to get it fixed or you can't get your registration renewed. In Japan, if you have any kind of contamination coming out of your engine, whether it doesn't pass smog, it has an engine leak or whatever it is, you can't get registration. So at that point, people just learn to just trade their cars in every 2 years and get new ones with manufacturer warranty, and whatever's left gets shipped to Australia.
Whoa, ready? Well, that is interesting. Very, very
this
interesting.
Is worse than cell phones. So now imagine the day you're driving down the road and it's like, do you want to update your software on your car? And you do it and that shit just stop working and you're like, damn, gotta go get it.
Because we have no control what's included in the update. And in some cases you can't even deny it. You can't say no. Because then after so long it's just gonna render everything useless. Hey, you must was late, Jimmy dude. My man, they introduced themselves. You recognize Fluffy, and this is Gemini Automotive. And oh my goodness, pronounce that name again, my dude. Baja Joe, right?
Baja Joe. Now, if you want to do whatever the channel name is called, it's just Baja with like a laughing sound, ha at the end.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, what's y'all maintenance schedule look like over there in the Subaru world? Was y'all on the Fluffy? Y'all young, you too, Gemini. Back in the day, we had intervals of 30,000 mile services, 60 and 90. The 30,000 mile service slowly disappeared. So I guess everything that needs to be done, a lot of, is at 60,000 miles. But
let me start opening up my can of worms.
What's that?
Let me start opening up a can of worms on that one. It's like if we all remember from the 90s, we had fantastic maintenance schedules. We were coming in every 30,000 miles and every 60,000 miles for valve lash adjustments. Fluids were getting changed out. Cars were maintained impeccably. They ran fantastic. Turn of the century comes around, all of a sudden everything takes a crap. And everybody goes like, "Oh, it's the Chinese, it's the price of steel, it's the stock market." No, actually, the problem was with the consumer. The consumer demanded a cheaper way to maintain vehicles. So the manufacturer's answer was, "Hey, Mr. Engineer, how long can that differential last without doing a fluid change?" He says, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Great. So we're going to come up with a marketing campaign to get him out of that car in 6 years.
Wow.
And that's how the term lifetime fluid came about. They rather drive the assembly into the ground than to offer the individual maintenance program, because that maintenance program gets picked up by the competition. If my Subaru said, hey, you got to change your transmission fluid every 30,000 miles, $600. Hey, you got to change your differentials, and you got 3 of them, and that's $200 each every 30,000 miles. Honda's going to come around and be like, bro, dude, all you got to do is oil changes on this thing. It's good for life. What do you get?
And it helps the sales.
What are you going to buy?
Yeah.
You're going to buy a Honda. You're not even going to question it. The consumer is going to go like, oh, I'm going to buy a Honda. So everybody jumped on this, and we're paying for it now. Look at Ford. Ford came out with the power transfer unit about 10 years ago to simulate an all-wheel drive vehicle. Okay. And it didn't have a drain or a fill plug in it. It was a sealed unit. And those things were popping at 20,000 miles left and right. So bad, they had to come out with an upgraded unit that has a drain and a fill plug. They still haven't put a service interval on it, but now they have a drain and a fill.
Damn. This is my buddy Eric Motion. I'm not sure where he's going with this question, but is there a mod where you would tell a WRX owner, don't do that?
Let me read this real quick. It just popped up. I wasn't paying attention. Hey, Baha, do mods on WRX is big in my neck. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, is there any mod you would tell a WRX owner do or do not? Okay, all right. So let's keep this in 30 seconds or less. First off, as I'm going to tell you, this is my advice from somebody who tried to go down the amateur race car market. Because I had $10,000 sunk into an engine, and I had nothing to show for it except burnt valves and blown head gaskets and a wall full of turbos. So I'm going to say, if you build it like a race car, if you drive it like a race car, you have to maintain it like a race car. All right. So if you go to track day, guess what you're doing at the end of the day? You're changing oil. You're changing brakes. You're probably changing rotors. You can't daily drive a tuned vehicle and then expect it to run like a manufacturer vehicle. I've recited this speech many, many times, and here it is for you. There's a plethora of engineers who spent a lifetime who spent a long time at college trying to make these cars run and last correctly in stop and go traffic and extreme weather conditions, so you can be comfortable, jam to some music, and get from point A to point B. And your $100 blow-off valve that Vin Diesel has, you're going to throw it all in the trash. So I'm going to say, if you're going to mod your car, plan for consequences, budget for consequences. And I would not daily driver it. I would get a B car, get a trashy car, drive it from A to B, and then go mod the crap out of your car. I'm sure somebody's going to conflict with me and say, so-and-so has a car, he's driving it like this for 2 years, 20,000 miles, never had a problem. Well, he's lucky. Yeah. Okay? He's lucky.
Yes.
Have y'all ever seen this code P1400? Gary, you ever seen that code? It's titled, in so many words, this car has been modded and all warranty is voided. And you can't erase it. Damn. So it's like somebody went to change some programming in the computer, and that code magically shows up, basically warning dealer guys, if you see that code, nothing's under warranty. It's something that's been that I had a Hellcat in the other day. Doing something simple with a battery. Yeah, I checked. That was one of the codes, and I'm like this. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing, but you can't get nothing. You can't get nothing under warranty. It's like somebody snitched on you.
Wait, what?
It's a snitch tattletale code.
Yeah,
you can't get nothing under warranty.
No, he voided his warranty. He done modded. Dude, he's screwed. So most of those guys got so much money they don't really care about warranty anyway. But so they'll drive off the showroom floor straight to a mod shop and get all this programming done and void their warranty. They could care less. But we couldn't even get a damn battery on the warranty for that.
I can understand powertrain, but geez, the whole thing.
Powertrain is what you're affecting.
Well, yeah, But like
So-
a battery, bro.
I was thinking we could do-
Power steering.
That is a snitch code. We call that a snitch code. Yeah, you got busted. It's a computer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just as bad as those Pinterest stickers that the Thread boys like to put on their cars. They put their Pinterest sticker to go look at all their videos of them doing burnouts and drifts. They come to the shop. They want warranty because they got a locked up transmission or a blown clutch. First thing we do is we look at your profile, man. We're like, download these videos because we're about to tell you, no way, Jose, you ain't getting warranty.
Yeah.
I had this one guy do a PCM flash on a truck, ignored that code, and once he was done, truck would not start. We had to push it out the shop. It was cam. They had all these MDS deletes and all like different heads, everything, long tubes, and it was a wrap after that, man.
That's why they say when you see that code, don't change no programming in it because you're gonna overwrite what they got written in it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna render the car useless. So I did one of these numbers. I was already skeptical about working on it. I didn't want to work on it until when I seen that code.
I have STI owners right now buying used cars at mom and pop shops, and thankfully these kids are smart enough and they're coming to my shop and they're saying, "Can you scan this car and tell me if it's?" Sorry, it's off my mic. Yeah, they'll tell me to scan the computer and tell me if the car's been modded, and I can be like, yeah. At one time this car was flashed and it was probably ragged out, and that's why it got traded in because something's wrong. And we get right back to mom and pop, and they'll be like, nope. And that's what you should be doing with these Hellcats and these STIs and these Corvettes. You honestly should be taking them to a dealership. It's going to cost you $150, but have them download the black box and send it in and get it analyzed. It's going to save you a lot of money in the end.
Wow. Let me answer this bottom line. Look, my dude, Diesel Tech would like to work at a dealership. Will they have me working on audit? If they hire you in as a Diesel Tech, at least I can only speak for a facility like where I work in. You're going to be predominantly doing Diesel Tech. Number one, because there ain't but one, but I don't know if there's enough work for two. So yeah, normally when he run out of work, he'll switch over to, because he was a automotive guy first, so it may be easy for him to transition from diesel to automotive as opposed to you being predominantly a diesel guy, transitioning over to automobiles if you get slow. But he very freaking careful what he take when it's slow. You know, he's not just gonna sit around because ain't no diesel work. He gonna go grab a gas car, some gravy, and then you gonna look for some gravy first. If it ain't there, you can grab whatever he can, but they're not gonna sit around. So it's hard to answer that question, dude. I don't know. When you run out of work, what you want to do? You rather do nothing?
Yeah. I'll tell you from working in Ford is we had 3 diesel bays and we had 2 diesel techs that worked in those diesel bays. And when they ran out of work, they went working on petrol engines. So you have to judge the shop that you're in. Now if you want to do diesel only, I'm going to say go find a fleet shop. Because a fleet shop is going to have a plethora of diesels coming in, and you're not going to worry about having to work on some other petrol engine. But if you go find some dealership in Timbuktu and they're not selling diesels on the lot, guess what? You're not working on diesels in the shop.
I think bottom line,
go to a shop that has diesels.
Is a fleet tech.
Fleet tech, they just strictly, but they mostly hourly. They pay hourly rate, right?
Yeah.
Most of those fleet guys.
Most fleets, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but it all depends on what dealership you go to. Like you said, different dealerships do things differently, or you just go to a fleet company all diesel. So
I ain't interested. If I had to work hourly, that would drive me cuckoo because I would have to abide by rules. So, strict rules like be on time. Yeah, that would drive me cuckoo.
Don't be going to Harbor Freight.
I can't be right. In the middle of the day, yeah, I'm on the clock. I can't do some things, so I'm not interested in that at all. Anything else interesting y'all want to talk about, man? There's a few questions in here.
Let you see one real quick.
Yeah. Is it me or JT audio sounding? Hey, man, I don't know. I can't hear myself. I got the mic on. I have fun haggling on price. Garage sales and swap meets are great for training.
Yeah, I'm suspecting that the stream is a little bad because we got so many hosts on. If one of us was to drop out, the bandwidth would clear up.
Yeah.
You think that's how that works? I've seen guys with 10 people on the thing and everything roll. I've seen Fluffy.
Yeah, we got the free. I'm riding on the free account, so they probably. Oh man,
I pay these suckers $49 a month to get HP HD 1080p and no banner. That's the only advantage there. And I'm also streaming to Facebook and my other sites. So I'm streaming to 3 different sites right now. But yeah, my face, I can't leave those people be wanting, they be wanting to watch too, so I can't leave them out. But StreamYard Pro version, they let you have
I'm doing
the
$25 a month one.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, just
you do HD
watermark
talking to us.
Yeah, I did like whatever the most basic one.
I just paid $3,500 for a Subaru FB25 rebuilt. Got a Subaru Performance Shop, and it made it 65 miles in blue. Knocking. A mechanic gonna stand behind his work in Salem, Oregon.
Damn it, boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me
ask you this. Let me ask you this, sir, Mr. Steve. Go ask that shop and ask them what constitutes rebuilt. Because to the cheap shop out there, rebuilt means they slap head gaskets on it and they cleaned it. To the professional, that means that they went through everything, they measured everything, they changed the oil pump, okay, they did a valve lash adjustment, and they did an engine break-in before they even bothered putting it up for sale and giving it to you. So $3,500, you got to rebuild.
That sounds like a rebuild to me.
I will spend $3,500 just rebuilding engine.
Wow.
So
that word
I'd like to see the receipt on that, on what they promised you for a rebuild.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a sarcastic jerk about that. I just try to be as real as I can with people, and when they go price shopping for engine work, you kind of get what you pay for. You take a $10,000 engine and you think you can fix it for $200. That ain't these days anymore. You got to think about your engines, say that we're running on. Go look at the specifications of 1985 Formula One vehicle. That's what we're running on right now. We're running Formula One vehicles from 1985. That's how tight these specifications are.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Hey, do y'all, from a Subaru standpoint, do y'all got a specific model that's plaguing the company, dragging it down? Like, let's use the word ticking. When you say ticking, it might be associated with the word.
Yeah, we got a horrible problem between the steering wheel and the driver's seat. No one can figure it out, but there's a problem between the steering wheel and the driver's seat.
What's this on? What model is these on?
Oh, that's a customer joke. Sorry. Customer sit between the driver's seat and the steering wheel.
Oh. I'm talking about that one word that plagued the company, like Nissan CVT. Oh my goodness, don't do the CVT. That one item that will ruin the brand.
The internet will not let us get away from head gaskets. When we were running EJ engines from 1995 to 2009, we had a head gasket issue, and that was really related to people cutting concentrated radiator fluid with tap water. We fixed that by now issuing out deionized water in our coolant. So now it's a 50-50 split, runs about $40 a gallon. So that fixed the head gasket issue, but because of the internet, we're still stuck with that problem. Now our problem is oil, and that's just trying to keep up with miles per gallon chase. Everybody's running a 0.820 something, and the bigger your oil is, the better miles per gallon you get because less friction on the crankshaft. Okay, that's less load on the engine. You get better miles per gallon. Does that make sense? But now you're telling your customers they can go 6, 7, 8. BMW says 10,000 miles on an oil change. Read that owner's manual. That owner's
Wow.
manual says if you're driving A to B in the city, you go from home to church to take your kid to the school. That is going to be harsh driving, and you should do 3,000. So right now, oil is the death of every manufacturer.
Any oil consumption issues over there? We got a couple plaguing out.
We got through it.
That's what's up.
We did the right thing. We did the right thing, and we owned it. And we told our consumers, we're going to give you 10 years, 100,000 mile on the block. We're going to extend it to 100,000 mile on the block, no questions asked, if you fail an oil consumption test. And some people have actually brought in 130,000 mile cars because they didn't know about it, and they still got some help.
Wow.
We're a young enough company. If you look at how old Subaru is, we're like 35 years old. So yeah, we're still playing nice. We're not up there with Ford and GM where we can just be like, go away.
That is freaking interesting. That CVT did a number on our image as well, not just Nissan.
Oh yeah. You put the CVT in the wrong car. What was that? The caliper?
The caliper, the Patriot.
That was like funny a dead rabbit under the gas pedal.
The one that I hate the most is our dual dry clutch. I cannot stand driving that fucking shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. Those don't even get diagnosed. They got problems. They getting units straight out of that. I don't want to.
Oh, who is this? Luis wants to be a helper. Okay. I actually hire helpers. I hire them as an apprentice. And now this varies dramatically from shop to shop. Some shops, excuse my language, tell me if this is the wrong word to say, but if you go in as a helper and you don't read your contract, you might turn into a permanent bitch boy. Ooh. And you're going to do everything.
Why you say
that? I've been in some shops where somebody keeps all excited. He's like, oh, I'm here. I'm going to make $18 an hour on this program, guaranteed for the next 2 years, and I get hired straight to a team. Guess what that team did? They just made him do every tire patch and every tire rotation and every crummy job that they didn't want to do, and they didn't teach that guy anything. And at the end of the 1 year helper program, they put him on flag, and he couldn't survive because he didn't learn anything.
Wow.
So if you're going to be a helper, ask for a training program. Ask them what their training program is. Get it in writing, and ask them, how soon will I go to school? And how are you going to help me with tools? And how are you going to help me with this? If they don't got answers for that, don't get in a training program. Go somewhere else.
Oh, he's talking about your comment, Gemini, walking out of your back door straight to your own shop, two-bay shop.
Yeah,
that would be
the dream thing, man.
Yeah, or if it was attached to your house, but the average home garage, you can't get no lift in them damn things.
Man, I seen one with like a 12-foot ceiling. I was like, oh, this is heaven.
Oh, you talking? Only if you can get a lift in there, because you start bringing work home and it'll mess up the missus will get pissed off, and you be trying to do side work.
What's paying the bills? That's all I'm gonna say.
He said that quick.
What's paying the bills?
I promise you, if every mechanic had a nice size garage that's tall and the concrete was thick, they would put a lift in it. That's just how it is, man. That's how we roll. But is it a good idea? Who knows? Depends on you pull it off.
And then we get letters from HOA and stuff.
Yeah.
If you need a lift in your garage and you don't got the head clearance, there's some fantastic scissor lift options out there where you can just get them under the pinch welds, lift up the car, and then get your jack stands under it, and you're done. Those systems run about $1,000 for a good one.
My buddy has one. It lifts the vehicle. It's a 2-post, portable, that you can unbolt from the ground and move back in. It's like, I think 6,000 pound lift, and it lifts the vehicle like 4 feet.
Wow.
So I see they brought up that code 325. The 10-speed was a joint project between Ford and GM. Ford came out with the 10-speed first. Looks like they ran out of money for R&D, so they asked GM for help. If you ask me, that 10-speed's been on the road, and That 10-speed's been on the road, and I hate that sucker. It's that car is
Dude.
all just finding a gear.
My man, Joe. 10 speed. When will it end? Okay, how many more? We got an 8-speed transmission, ZF version, 8-speed transmission in our rear-wheel drive car. That is more than a freaking enough to bring RPM down at highway speeds going 80 miles an hour. So when will it end? When will it stop? I remember we had a 4-speed transmission. Okay, cool. We went from 4 to 6-speed. Remember Garrett, the 62 TE? We went from the 6-speed to the 8-speed. Now we went from an 8-speed rear-wheel drive to a front-wheel drive 9-speed ZF transmission. Like, first, when will it ever end? I mean, 10 speed.
That's CVT, infinite.
Yeah.
let me say this real quick. So, have you felt the difference between our 9-speed and our new like a 6-speed Eisen transmission and like Cherokees? I think it's in the Cherokees, JT.
One's a rear-wheel drive, one's a front-wheel drive. So
No, they're both front-wheel drive. One's a 9-speed, and the other is a 6-speed.
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
I haven't paid much attention.
That Eisen, the Eisen, however you want to say it, that one is kind of trash. Like I thought the 9-speed was kind of rough shifting. That one shifts terribly, man.
Yeah, I haven't given much thought. I
would say if you find it, you gotta look into it.
Yeah. Where this guy Cole getting all this information from? Now the 9-speed is part of that deal. Ford didn't want it.
Oh, you can get all that stuff from Motor Trend. They're always publishing articles.
Yeah. Motor Trend. That's your media of what I do. Motor Biscuit. Y'all heard of Motor Biscuit? Every mechanic got their own source of automotive news and stuff like that. Motor Biscuit is my.
Dude, I tell you, since I started watching your stuff and you brought up Motor Biscuit and stuff, that Motor Biscuit pops up on my Google feed now, without me even looking into it.
Hey, listen.
They have so many ads. They listening.
Yeah.
Hey, they can send me a little bread or a little sponsorship. I promote the hell out of their site, but every time you try to jump on, ads pop up everywhere, man.
Man, you can walk in the store and look at some shit and pull your phone out, and that shit gonna pop up on your goddamn screen. How?
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, all
right.
Yeah, Motor Biscuit.
This is an AI site.
Yeah.
And, I got an AI bot writing articles for them. That's cool.
Yeah, and of course we got a Chrysler one we're dedicated to. That's only Chrysler or FCA news. So that's the one I look at a lot. But I know there's all y'all in here on YouTube, right? So is there any other YouTube cats out here y'all watch? I mean, be honest. I'm subscribed to Rayman Ray and who's the other one? The big wheels. Chris Fix. Those are the only two. I had to let Scotty go. No, nothing against them. It's just crowded.
If you're a guy like you watching Chris Fix, did you not figure out how to wash your car 10 years ago? Dude,
he's more entertaining than he is. I don't learn a lot, but he's entertaining. And
he's a really swell dude.
And the way he do his videos, nobody know what the hell he look like. That's all you see his hand. Nah, you ever seen his face?
Yeah.
Chris Fix is like Charlie's Angel.
Very clean. He actually,
he's a white guy.
He's gone through college. He did his time. He tried to get residency, didn't make the program. Tried to be a state trooper, didn't make the program. YouTube was just kind of like something he was doing for fun, and it blew up on him. And now he is where he is. But he has a huge family support in the automotive industry. Everybody he's related to in his family has something to do with the automotive industry, whether they own a garage, they work in a garage, or they work at a factory.
It obviously helped, because all I see is his hand.
He's got a big personality. That's what makes him successful.
He's pretty.
As far as me, I watch Cletus McFarland. I watch this guy CJ on 32s.
Yeah, Cletus cool.
Yeah, Heavy D Sparks, Diesel Bros.
Diesel Bros?
Yeah. They have a show on Discovery.
Yeah.
Dudes with big old beards and stuff. Who else
There was a channel a long time ago called Roadkill that was really fun to watch until they got bought up by Discovery Channel, and then everything went down because they were just pumping out useless content. But when they were living day to day on pennies, that show was amazing.
Man, those guys was dope. They would drive all the way from here to there in a piece of crap, take the motor out, put a new motor in. God dang. One episode
they took an auto parts store, and then they were like, "We're going to do an engine swap out here," and then a blizzard came, and they were committed, did it.
One episode they took like a blower motor out of like one of their muscle cars, put in a bolt, turned around, put it back in the car, and drove off and kept like doing their little road test. I was like, yeah,
what's going on, Ruben?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's crazy. All right, the last one. Y'all know it's 9 o'clock. I can't roll like that.
I already know. 1 hour and done.
No, hold on, because this is important. Where y'all see the industry headed? I mean, we all aware of the change from gasoline combustion engine to electricity, full-blown electricity. Y'all see that fully implemented into anytime soon, or we talking another 10 years, 20 years?
So there's been a big topic lately with Toyota doing the hydrogen testing.
Yes, I read up.
If that pulls through, hopefully we can keep the ICE engines. If not, then it's going to be EVs. But
you say if it pulls through?
If it doesn't pull through, I'm sorry. If it doesn't pull through, then it's going to be EVs. Sadly.
Anytime soon, you suspect? Or?
I'm hoping they get it done before that golden year that they want, 50, 70% of vehicles on the road to be EVs.
Yeah.
It's all gonna fall down onto who we elect in the next election.
You think politics play a role in it?
Every time a president makes a goal and says, "Hey, like we're gonna go like 50% electric by this year," the next guy who comes in says, "That was dumb. Get rid of it."
Yeah.
I mean, as like, what was it? Obama said 2025, everything was going to go gas electric. And then the next guy came in and said, that was the dumbest thing in the world. I was like, open it back up. And then all the big gas guzzlers came back because the restrictions were gone. And now we have another guy who's putting restrictions on and going back to plan A. So it all depends on what the people want. And the people will vote for what they want.
Politicians. They were both the politicians that will implement what they want. I guess
we're about to have electric cars or plasma guns, depending on this election, bro. like they either gonna advance weaponry or they're gonna advance the automotive side. So
even with the little training that I've had on the hybrids and stuff, I still freak out.
It's funded by Cobb Tuning and it's still engineering there. He's definitely good. So we have a comment on a guy who says that he can get a mile track daily. He can build a track car to do daily driving, a little bit of fun. Hey, that's great. Looks like he's got money because you just said he's an engineer and he's funded by Cobb. That's all you need, man. You just need a lot of money. You can do whatever you want. Okay? I know a lot of people who have fantastic cars. They got 5 maxed out credit cards and they live in their grandma's basement. They're driving the best things in the world.
Yeah.
Car snitching on you. How rude.
I know, right? You always we got engine snitching on you, which I found out later on that ain't no new technology. Joe, y'all know what I'm talking about, where they put the little telltale on the back of the head or a freeze plug. They can tell if you overheated the engine, especially on the warranty. I think in the past we was replacing the engine that was cooked and they had a warranty, so we had to honor it. Now they got these little plugs on the freeze plug that can tell if the engine overheated. It'll change colors from a black to red. Same thing they do with cell phones.
That reminds me of my days working on the flight line. It's like we have these little pills that are red and blue, where they might be yellow and red. And if you hit the box so hard or you drop the box, the container, the little thing breaks, and then the dye in there changes, and you know if it was mishandled.
Yeah. So. Hey, look, man. I haven't pulled a Subaru in my stall in years. Is there a transmission dipstick on your stuff? Y'all,
no, we got rid of our transmission dipsticks on the when we went to CVT. As soon as we went CVT, we were like, those things are gone. And we got rid of them because of the customers. Customers were putting anything they could find in there.
I said the same thing. Yeah, I was saying the same thing.
So I got customers all day long. They yell. They're like, it's like, this is so stupid. I want to be able to maintain my car. I should be able to know what's in it. And that's great. I says, now go home and tell your neighbor that, because he's probably the reason why we had to do this.
Yeah.
It's
they
like,
tell us now.
I use the analogy of a gun range. Like, we're all safe and responsible with guns, but you know, if you go to the gun range, there's always that one guy out there who you go, he shouldn't have a gun.
The training session I took on that ZF 8-speed transmission, there's no dipstick or dipstick tube. It's just sealed off by a plug. So the instructors was telling us, if there's no visible signs of leak, just assume it's still full from the factory.
Yes, that is in a lot of shops now. There's a standing ovation that says, not standing ovation, but there's a standing rule that says no dipstick, no inspection. Yeah. That's it. If you want to know the fluid level in there, I will charge you the labor for somebody to go undo the plugs and stick their finger in there and tell you if it's full. Because according to Subaru, the only way you can check fluid level is to add fluid until it comes out of the spill plug.
Come out like a differential.
Yeah. That's what they want now. So just leave it in, go by your service intervals, and you're fine. We haven't had a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's some that just really want to know what their fluid level is. They'll pull up on the service line. Can somebody check my fluid?
No, they only want to do that because somebody put that in their head.
That they can't check.
They got on some Facebook forum, they got in some Reddit group, and somebody out there was talking a lot of nonsense about how you should know everything in your car, and they went, yeah, you're right. I should know everything in my car. And they made somebody else's day angry because they brought their attitude to the shop.
Wow. It's crazy.
And then I bet the dude who wrote that forum probably has like a 69 Chevelle that has dipsticks on everything.
He said more than 6 feet is overkill. So the whole point of going with high gears, I guess, like I said, to bring down RPM at highway speed, but 6 gears is more than enough. My question was,
that car really only has 4 gears in it that do anything. The rest of them is just all over to give you better miles per gallon. That's it.
Software, same planetary gear set, just software changes to make it feel like 9-10 gears, things like that. But it's very, very crazy. We had a trans like that. It's just a software update would change it from a 4-speed trans to a 6-speed.
6-speed, yeah.
Right, same planetary gear set. It's just the way they manipulated things.
So I think
what's that?
I think Nissan had something like that. Because of the CVTs, to fill a fake shift because customers were complaining so much that it wasn't shifting. So they added a fake shift in there to where allow the RPM to come up a little bit, and then it'll do a fake shift, bring the RPM back down, and give you like that shifting feel.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that NAG one. It's only a dipstick tube though. It's a cap on it, but the NAG is a 5-speed transmission. That technology long gone. So we ain't seen no more NAG 1 transmission in a while. So, but that's right, gentlemen. It is 9:15. I appreciate you guys, Fluffy Mexicanic, Baja Joe, Gemini Automotive. So what's in the future, Joe? What's going on? What you got going on, man?
Well, the future is I'm going to start editing more videos and posting more content about diagnostics. If you want to learn what the technicians has to go through when you have these weird check engine lights, and I'm also going to be working for CTI It is an online university where you can go and get an education in automobiles. So if you're a dealer technician and you're struggling to read fuel trims and diagnose EVAP codes, come over to CTI. It's $100 a month. You can take any class, any subject you want, as much as you want, and it's all live instructor training. Just like how we're having a little chit chat right now, you're gonna chat with somebody one-on-one, and you're gonna get you're gonna get a coloring book, and you're gonna get some homework.
That's the way. That's the Gary. I mean, Gemini. That's the way our training is now. What they call it? It's mobile. We got
web-based training.
Web-based is on a site, but
you talking about the online seminars?
Yes. We got the instructors. They got a webcam, and we at home on our computer and blah blah.
Oh yeah,
so everything's they got a special name, but that seems to be where it's going to. But
so no more traveling.
I need some hands on, dude. I really am not into that.
I like the vacation part of class.
Yes.
Yeah, I need some hands on. So you say you about to add some more videos? You about to spice this up a little bit?
Oh man, you tell me how spicy you want. I got a poll out right now in my comment section where I'm asking them. I'm saying, hey, I got 5 terabits of video, and I have no priority to get it done. You tell me if you want to see tools. You tell me if you want to see diag. You tell me if you want to see me rebuild engines. I got a 3-hour video on there on rebuilding an FA engine from the crank up. Everything you want to see, taking it out, tearing it down, looking at specs. And the exciting thing about all my videos is I actually wear a helmet cam on my glasses, so you're seeing it all first-person perspective. Okay, so where I got my
helmet cam, that's gotta be cool.
Yeah.
Is it a helmet cam with a GoPro on it or something like that?
No, I got it right here with me. This is a camera that I wear right here, and it's made by Ordo.
Oh, I got one of them, dude. I got one of them. I don't know what the hell is that. Yeah, that is sweet. Yeah. That's sweet. Yep. I go to pull apart with that.
Okay, and everything.
Yeah, I go to pull apart with that on the junkyard, man.
Y'all about to change my game right now. What?
Dude,
there's sometimes sweet, you can't get the camera in a good spot.
Yeah. Those are sweet.
So I keep the GoPro here. I'll put it somewhere in the background for some B-reel. But all my main work I show with the little guy. The only problem I have with the little guy right here is, man, this sucker can get warm and it'll cook your noodles. Like it'll start going down.
Lee, that's what
I can't use a GoPro. I can't use a GoPro because I'm outside.
Yeah, it get hot and
it overheats.
Overheats and it get hot. I got the latest GoPro, man. I have no idea what is that. That's saying. Y'all thank Lee, man. Lee, appreciate it, man. The education, guys. I'm assuming Lee learned something from some of this. So we thank you for the donation, Lee, and watching the video. Eric Motion, appreciate that, my guy. Again, gentlemen, it is 9:15. I appreciate you guys. Joe, Fluffy, Gemini, thanks for watching, man. Maybe we can do this again soon. Whatever. I'm always open now. If y'all want to do the live stream and you want to have me or whatever, I'm cool with that. Okay, I got
to be planned. It has to be planned.
Yeah, planned. Yeah, make sure everything's planned.
Can we get that on a piece of paper?
Dude, it's spontaneous stuff. Gemini just, I'm tired. Let me go live. We gotta plan this stuff, man, bro. Yeah,
I'm gonna do better.
Yeah, long way. But that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching, man. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.
Bye.
You have a good night.
Yeah, you too.